Hi guys, welcome back to Beauty Fortified, and today I'm doing a review on the new MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. Now, I almost didn't do this review because glowy, dewy foundations are not my friend. So I do have normal combination skin, I have got a lot of texture, I've got fine lines, and I have yet to find a glowy foundation that works, that doesn't emphasize my pores and my texture. But I decided to give this a go. I tried it out yesterday. I went in store, I got swatched, and I did a little wear test at home. And I thought, wow, this foundation is really worth a second look. So I'm going to do a review today. We're going to do the application, and I'm going to do a full day wear test, and then I'm going to come back and let you know how it performed on my really textured 52-year-old skin. So the foundation comes in 56 shades. I think there are 48 available in South Africa. It does run a little bit darker than the normal Studio Fix fluid. So I am NC27 in the Studio Fix fluid, and in this I was matched to NC15, so I picked up a little sample in store. Unfortunately, I do feel that this shade is too light for me, but we're going to make it work today. It is going to just give us a view on how it performs, regardless of the shade not being an exact match for my skin. Now, they say that it is, it's a serum powered foundation, so it does contain things like vitamin E, olive oil, and quite a few other ingredients that help to hydrate and plump the skin. They say that it is transfer resistant and it will give you a good 12-hour wear. And I find that MAC don't necessarily hyperbolize or exaggerate the wear time of their foundations, and that is something that I appreciate. So any foundation that's going to give me a good solid 10 hours, I will be happy with. So now onto the application. I'm going to apply this with a brush. Before we talk about application, just briefly, so it does come in a 30ml bottle. It's very elegant. It's got some gold writing, some gold print on the outside. It does come with a pump as well, so it looks really elegant from that point of view. So this is the shade that I picked up. I'm going to just dab it onto my skin. They do say that it is a medium buildable foundation, so we'll see about that. I'm not expecting full coverage from this, and we're going to see what their medium version is like. Now, the consultant did say that you need very little of this, but I am going in a little bit heavier just because it is quite a light textured foundation, and we're going to see how that fares. So taking a brush, I wouldn't use a sponge with this. I've just found that sponges do tend to take away or absorb quite a lot of the product, so I do prefer using a brush. This is going on really beautifully with the brush, and definitely it's giving me a light coverage at this stage, so you can definitely see my skin through the foundation, and I don't mind that at all. I just want something that is going to even out my skin tone, especially for summer. We're coming into summer in the southern hemisphere, and I always prefer a lighter foundation for summer and just something that looks like skin. So that's what really appealed to me about this foundation. They do say that it looks like skin, and it's nothing that's going to be too cakey or too heavy on the skin. So that's the first layer applied. You can still see the redness coming through my skin, but you can see it is definitely blurring my pores. So that is quite something. It takes quite a lot to do that. Now, apparently this does have gold and silver pigments in it. The shades do run a little bit darker in this range, but I would suggest that you go in store and get matched with this particular foundation. I wouldn't really leave it to chance, but they say that it is because of the silver and gold pigments particles in here that do affect the color. So that is looking really good. I mean, it is a very light foundation. Skin is peeking through. You can still see a little bit of my redness. It seems to be doing one hell of a job of blurring my pores. So very excited about that. I am going to add just a little bit more to the cheek area and the upper lip area. It is giving me a little bit of a glow, but it's not the kind of glow that I've seen on Instagram. So what I was seeing on Instagram was very, very shiny, dolphin-like skin. And I'm not getting that here, which suits me just fine. Okay, so that's enough of the foundation. I'm not going to go any further with that. I think you can build it up to a solid, I shouldn't actually say solid, a semi-opaque medium coverage. That's what I've got here. It's definitely not solid, but it does look really skin-like. So I'm going to apply a little bit of blush. I'm going in with my MAC cream blush, and this is in the shade Grand. I'm just going to apply a little bit of blush to the cheeks, and then I am going to powder this down just a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I am in the shade Medium Plus. I don't want to mattify this foundation because then we are defeating the whole object. So just using the skin finish, it does have a little bit of a glow to it. So just a little bit of cream blush. Now we're going to go in with the powder. So this is my skin finish, and I'm just going to lightly powder down my T-zone and cheek area, just giving it a really light powder. So it's really not mattifying the foundation at all. I have heard some people comment that if it's not powdered down, you will get some transfer. So we'll see. We'll be able to see by the end of the day if the powder has mitigated the transfer at all. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer, and this is the MAC Sunstruck, and this is in the shade Light Rosy. This is the Radiant Finish. So just going to apply a little bit of that. Again, just it has a little bit of a sheen to it, this bronzer. It really is beautiful. So this is typically what I would like my skin to look like on a summer's day. But I suppose the proof is going to be in the wear and whether it actually has any kind of longevity. But so far, really loving the way it looks. And as I say, I'm not seeing any of that very, very glossy shine that I've seen all over Instagram. So I'm going to go about my day just looking very closely at the skin. As I say, you can still see your skin coming through. I can still see texture on my skin. So I've got quite a bit of texture over here. It seems to have really done its best to blur the pores on my cheek area. So really not looking for perfection. I feel that it's really enhancing my skin, if nothing else, at the outset, which is a really good sign. So I'm going to go about my day, and I'm going to see you back here in about 8 hours or so. Hi guys, I have now had this foundation on for over 8.5 hours. The sun is going down, so the lighting is slightly different, but I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to give you my thoughts. And my thoughts are that I really, really like this foundation. I'm really surprised. And this was the same thing that I thought yesterday when I tried it for the first time. I was actually quite shocked. So a little bit about it, I have had to powder throughout the day, and I've also blotted because I did have quite a lot of shine coming through. Those are my natural oils that are coming through the foundation. When I blotted the foundation, there was hardly any transfer. What you see on here is mostly the oils that are coming through the skin. So that tells me that the foundation is not wearing off, it's not moving around, it's just staying put. So it is a very natural looking foundation, but I feel like it looks like a kind of filter on my skin. Now, I'm not going to exaggerate in any way. You can see my pores, you can definitely see my texture, you can see my imperfections, but I love that it's kind of given my skin a veil which has had a good 8 hours longevity. So really pleased about that, and it is a radiant foundation that I can get away with. Now, a couple of others that I've tried just to compare it. So the first one, the MAC Studio Radiance, I find that this is just too shiny for my skin. Also very light coverage, but I find that it wears off a lot sooner than the MAC Serum foundation, and just has never really worked for me. I did enjoy the original version. They have tweaked the formula slightly, and the original version formed a kind of film on your skin, which this one doesn't really do. Another glowy foundation is the Clinique Even Better Glow. I find that this is just too radiant for my skin, and it just looks too shiny as opposed to glowy. So the MAC Serum foundation really just gives a beautiful glow to the skin. So I am going to play around with it a little bit more. I'm going to try an application with a sponge, and maybe try a couple of different SPFs under the foundation, but I just really like it. I think it's authentic, and it's just a beautiful way to show off your natural skin. So it is kind of warts and all, but you are getting a beautiful veil that is evening out your skin tone, but allowing your imperfections to come through. And I think for me personally, I'm on a path of kind of less is more, so this really suits me. And I think I'm going to enjoy this for the summer months when I don't really want to look made up. So I'm really getting to a stage where I'm trying to pare down my makeup. And I think that this is perfect for that. And I think that's why I love it so much. So guys, let me know if you've tried it. Please let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.